Hey, what's up? I'm Rafael di Furia, aka Rafi D is me, back at it again on another beautiful Friday night. After having started on this whole subject of Jure Sanguinis and going into this whole dual citizenship thing, I've started getting a lot of questions that end up coming up frequently, so I thought it was about time to do a frequently asked questions video. These are just some of the frequently asked questions that I get. This is not going to be the only one, so if there are any questions that do come up, there will be more videos in the future. But before we get into the rest of the video, a huge thank you to those of you who've been helping make videos like this possible on rafaeldifuria.com/support. And if you want to see more content like this, please be sure that you're subscribed with that notification bell turned on. And if you could also give this video a like, I'd really appreciate that, as it does help the channel grow. And of course, as always, this is an open conversation, so if you have anything to add or if you have any questions, feel free to leave that down in the YouTube comment section below, or feel free to reach out over social media. The first question for today is going to be about qualifying for Jure Sanguinis. I get a lot of questions about this phrased in different ways, but basically you could sum it up as, I'm 100% Italian. Does that mean I qualify for Jure Sanguinis? And for Jure Sanguinis, no. Jure Sanguinis has nothing to do with how Italian are you. There are other different processes where you can reacquire Italian citizenship, but that's a different subject that we're going to talk about a different day. Dual citizenship through Jure Sanguinis is all about if you can prove that you have an ancestor who was from here in Italy, who lived sometime after the formation of the Republic. So it's possible that you could be 100% Italian and not qualify at all, or you could be 1/64th Italian and be perfectly eligible for citizenship in this way. And the next question, we've kind of touched on this subject before in past videos about being Italian and the Italian identity, Italian American, Italian descent, this whole thing. If you move to Italy and you are of Italian descent but born abroad, will you be treated any differently? Will people look down on you, or will there be any sort of negative feelings? And I have to say that really, when it comes down to it, people are people. If you treat people with respect, they'll treat you with respect. You may get the occasional person who says, oh, well, you weren't actually born here, so you can't actually ever really be Italian. There are people like that who exist, but they're not in the majority by any means. I would say the majority of people that I've met have been really warm, welcoming, and inquisitive. Even in day-to-day interactions, when people find out that I'm of Italian descent, that my family originally came from Italy, and that I have an Italian name, they start asking, oh, where are they from? What did they do? Like all of these different questions. And it ends up building an interesting kind of bond. What's happened to me in some social situations is when I'm with people who know that I'm of Italian descent and who know that I have an Italian last name, and we're meeting other people who don't know this, they'll say, oh yeah, this guy, his family's from Italy. Oh, and you wouldn't believe what his last name is. Come on, tell him what your last name is. Tell him. And it's kind of fun to see that, and it creates a good laugh. And in regards to this, nobody's actually making fun of you. It's just another way of connecting with people. However, if you do come with a lack of Italian, you may get people saying, hey, come on, you're Italian, you're supposed to speak Italian. But in my case, it's always been said in a joking manner. Although if you do go to like certain offices and they hear your name before they meet you, they will be confused as to why you maybe don't speak Italian. I know I've had people calling me up from banks or whatever, saying, hey, can I speak to Mr. Di Furia? Sorry, do you speak English? And they say, is this Mr. Di Furia? I'm like, yes, this is Mr. Di Furia. But Mr. Di Furia doesn't speak Italian all that well yet. And then there's another question that's been coming up a lot. How much does this all cost? In short, it's not cheap, but the price varies, and it really depends from person to person on how complicated your case is. Do you have name changes in your family line? How many generations have there been since your last family member lived here in Italy? Do your documents need apostilles and translations and certifications? And all of these things add to your final price. It could be that you're a first generation Italian American and you may only spend like maybe a few hundred, 500, 800 euros. Or you could be in the position where you may have to spend up to 5,000. From what I've been seeing in this Jure Sanguinis community, it seems as though it averages between about $2,000 and $5,000. I forget the exact number, but at the time of recording, the actual filing fee itself for starting this whole process is around 300 euros. And then on top of that, you will have to pay for a passport or carta d'identità. The carta d'identità, for example, is only like 5 euros. The passport, I forget how much it is off the top of my head, but it's not crazy expensive or anything. But going on a little bit more about the carta d'identità, the Italian ID card. Another frequently asked question is, can I actually get a Carta d'identità when I'm visiting Italy and I'm not actually living there? You need to go to the comune where you're registered in the AIRE and go request the Carta d'identità there. You also need to notify them that you are living abroad. I haven't personally done this, but I've heard of people who are doing this with lots of success. Very easy, in and out in just a few minutes. But keep in mind, your local municipal office, comune, may have hours that would be different from what you might expect back in your home country. For example, here where I live, you can really only get the Carta d'identità in the mornings and then 2 afternoons per week. The public hours will change depending on where you are. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. If you like this kind of video, let me know down in the comment section below, and if you have any questions, maybe it might end up as a future video. And a huge thank you to those of you who've been helping to support these videos. I really do appreciate it, especially to those of you who've been hitting the like button and who are subscribed with that notification bell turned on. And an even bigger thank you to those of you who've been helping make videos like this possible through rafaeldifuria.com/support. And as always, I'm Rafael Di Furia, aka Rafi D is me. Thank you so much for joining me on another beautiful Friday night, and I'll see y'all next Friday. Later.